We begin by praising and glorifying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Indeed, everything that has passed and everything that is to come, everything that exists and everything that was existent at one point and everything that will exist in the future, everything that is within our experience, everything that's outside our experience, everything that is seen and everything that is unseen is all in a state of glorification of Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يُسَبِّحُ لَهُ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَا فِي الْأَرْضِ. That everything that's in the heavens and everything that's in the earth is glorifying and praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so we also start by praising and glorifying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The scholars, they said, Allah has given to the people two books that are ayat, signs, to take the people to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The first is in the form of revelation. These were books revealed down to all the prophets, all the messengers. And they said the second is in the creation. The second is the creation itself. And they said everything that you see, everything that you experience, and including yourself and everything you feel inside you, all of these are signs that will take you to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if you contemplate on them. There is an ayah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَالَّذِينَ يَذْكُرُونَ اللَّهَ قِيَامًا وَقُعُودًا وَعَلَى جُنُوبِهِمْ. These are people who remember Allah standing, sitting down, or laying down on their sides. They're busy working, they're thinking about Allah. They're at home about to fall asleep, they're thinking about Allah. Allah is describing this group of people. وَيَتَفَكَّرُونَ فِي خَلْقِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. And they start to reflect and think deeply about the creation of the heavens and the earth. They say, رَبَّنَا مَا خَلَقْتَ هَذَا بَاطِلًا. They come to a conclusion. They say, oh Allah, you didn't create all of this for no reason. There's got to be purpose here. There's something going on. They come to a conclusion, if I understand it or I don't understand it, there is a purpose in all of this. And then this conclusion leads them to the next thing. They make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They start to connect with Allah. They make dua and they specifically ask for what is to come. Subhanaka faqina adhab an-nar. Glory be to you. Protect us from hellfire. So naturally their contemplation, their reflection took them to an understanding that there is accountability, there is purpose, and there is hellfire. There is paradise. And so they start to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for refuge from that. The scholars, they said, if you look to the creation, just look at the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala designed it. He placed us in a world of multiplicity. Meaning you look around, you see many things. But at the same time, He told us to declare His oneness. Say He is one. And you look to this world where there is many things. There is everything fighting for our attention. People paying millions of dollars, spending it to get your attention. Advertising companies, movies, this and that, and music. Everywhere you look, there's, somebody's demanding your attention. And in this world of chaos, where there's many things all apparently conflicting with each other, there is an underlying harmony. There is an underlying harmony where they all have to be there and they all have to play the role that they're playing. And this harmony can only exist by it being created by one source. Everything comes from one source. And the scholar said, reflect, O creation of Adam, why Allah told the humanity to make tawaf around the Kaaba, to go in circles around the Kaaba, and this is the central point, this is the focal point. Why? He said, look in the creation. The answer is there. The sun, it has a central point, the sun goes around. They call it the Van Allen something. They said the earth goes around the sun. The sun is the center. The earth goes around it. They said the moon goes around the earth. And you zoom into the body. You go inside, molecules, everything, right? Getting deep in there. They say you see the electrons and they're going around and orbiting around the nucleus. And they said everything in creation is telling you there is the central point around which everything should revolve. And what do you revolve around? What does your life revolve around? This is what they call ilah. What you put in the center and everything revolves around that, this is called ilah. Deity, what is worshipped. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us Say, La ilaha illallah. Say, there is nothing in reality that deserves any attention except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. La ilaha illallah. And you look to the world. Now suddenly a person who understands that yes, everything appears to be going around something else, but this whole creation is in fact revolving around Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This whole creation is in fact praising and glorifying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whether you can understand it or not, whether you can see it or not, if the person reflects and they get deep in there, they will see that everything is about Allah. And everywhere that, everything in creation that you see, there is a manifestation of the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is showing you who He is in the creation.